For our next project, you are going to begin by creating a contour line drawing of a leaf. Once we have finished that drawing, we are then going to add color. But not just any color. We are going to be working with warm and cool colors for this project. By now, you are all familiar with the color wheel and how artists separate it into the three primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and how we use those primaries to create our secondary colors, green, orange, and purple. But did you know that artists also separate the color wheel into warm and cool colors? Yes, when artists talk about color on the color wheel, we also separate it into colors that have a temperature. By that, we mean colors that we associate with warm things and colors we associate with cool things. For example, if you were going to color in a picture of a fire, what kind of colors would you use? If you were going to color in a picture of the sun, what kind of colors would you use? Yes, you would use the warm colors, reds, oranges, and yellows. Cool colors are the opposite colors, purples, blues, and greens. If you were going to color in snow or ice, or cool green grass, skies, water, or purple mountains majesty, you would use the cool colors. Quick review. The warm colors are reds, oranges, and yellows, and the cool colors are purples, blues, and greens. We usually associate the warm colors with fall because it gets cooler and we want to think warm. We usually associate the cool colors with summer because it's hot and we want to think cool. This project, you're going to start by drawing a leaf first. Then you're going to have to decide, do you want your leaf to have warm colors or cool colors? If your leaf has warm colors, then your background will have cool colors. If, like in this example, you do your leaf in cool colors, then your background will have warm colors. Step 1. We are going to draw a border around your page. You're going to want to get a ruler if you have one. Line it up with the edge of your paper and hold it in two places using your pointer finger and your thumb. This will keep that ruler from moving while you draw your line. Rotate your paper, and you're going to do this 3 more times, creating a border around the edge of your page. Now let's stop the video and give you a chance to draw your border. Now that you've drawn your border, let's talk about drawing your leaf. You're going to want to draw your leaf very large. It should take up all of the space between the top of your border and the bottom of your border. We don't want a tiny little leaf in the middle of this big piece of paper. To make sure you're drawing your leaf large enough, we're going to start by putting a dot at the top of the page just under the border and a dot at the bottom of the page just above our border. Your leaf and stem should fill up that entire space from bottom to top. I usually draw my stem about as long as my finger. So I'm going to place another dot there and draw the stem of my leaf on the bottom of the paper. The space between those 2 dots should be your leaf. It should be large and fill up the whole space. Quick, let's review that again. Your leaf should take up the entire space between the top and the bottom of your border. Your stem should be about as long as your finger. Use those dots to help you as you draw. Start with your stem, and then from the tip of your stem until the top of that border, you're going to draw a very large leaf, filling up that entire space. you can draw any kind of leaf that you would like to. You don't have to draw the ones I'm doing in the video. Once you have the shape of your leaf drawn, add in details like the veins and lines on the leaf. Let's stop this video now and give everybody a chance to draw their leaf. Okay, now that we have our border drawn and our leaf drawn, the next thing we're going to do is darken all of our pencil lines. Once we begin to start to add color to this, your pencil lines are going to fade and disappear behind all of that color, and we don't want to lose those lines. So we are going to use a marker, and we are going to trace over all of our pencil lines, and we are going to darken them up. This is also a chance for you to add any more details that you would like to. Alright, I'm very happy with how my leaf looks. Now I'm just going to grab that ruler, retrace over my border lines, and we'll be ready to start working with our warm and cool colors. Right, this project is all about the color, baby, color. For this, we're using warm and cool colors. Remember, the warm colors are your reds, oranges, and yellows, and your cool colors are purples, blues, and greens. For warm colors, think of fire, red, orange, yellow. For cool colors, think of grass, sky, and mountains. All right, now let's talk about the color, baby, color. Yeah. It's the color that is going to make this piece of artwork look amazing. You have to make a decision. Do you want to do your leaf in cool colors? Or do you want to do your leaf in warm colors? Whichever you choose for your leaf, you are going to do the opposite in the background. Here you can see that I've decided to work with cool colors for this leaf, which means my background will have to be warm colors. Okay, let's speed this up a little, shall we? You can see that while I've chosen to use just green on my leaf, I'm not using just one kind of green. I'm starting with a light green on the bottom and blending into a medium green, into a forest green, and finishing off with a turquoise green at the top. Changing the value of the greens from light to dark gives it a much more interesting look than just plain old green. So now that I'm happy with my leaf, it's time to work on my background. And because I've chosen to do cool colors for the leaf, that means my background is going to be warm colors. So I'm working with different kinds of reds, yellows, and oranges. You don't have to do your background just plain. You could add a pattern to it, stripes, or zigzags, or any number of ideas. You can see here, I've decided to go with a warm colored zigzag pattern. Now that my background is done, it's time for me to work on my border around it. I'm not just going to ignore it or leave it white. I'm going to add color and pattern into the border that goes around it as well. This time I've gone back to the cool colors, so my project will have a cool colored leaf, a warm colored background, and then a cool colored border. And now, after lots of hard work and effort, my artwork is finished, and I couldn't be happier with it. I hope when you're done, you'll be happy with your piece as well. Remember, don't stop until you're proud.